Hi, and thanks for checking out the video on a few Microsoft Word tips. So I just want to show you a few things in a brief amount of time that you might not have known about or kind of not obvious on your screen, but can help you out. And the first thing I'm going to do, that might qualify as a tip also, is to show you how to put some random text on your screen. Sometimes you just need something that you can play with and move around and not really care what happens to it. So there's this kind of strange function, almost like being in Excel, that you can do in Word, where if you type in equal rand, R-A-N-D, open parenthesis, and then you're going to type in the number of paragraphs and the number of sentences in those paragraphs you want Word to produce. So just to have something quick, I'm going to say 3 paragraphs, comma, 3 sentences, close the parentheses, and when I hit enter, instantly random text. So that gives me something to play with here. What I want to show you first is a little bit with Format Painter and something that people might not be aware of. You might know that if you go in and format something, let's say I just go and make this bold and a different font. There, and you decide you want something else to look like that. You can click inside that word, you can go up to the ribbon, click on Format Painter, and then click and drag over what you want to have change. And that's all well and good, and then your mouse pointer goes back to the way it was. However, what you can also do with Format Painter is if I go back here and put my cursor inside a video, and I double click on Format Painter, by double clicking I can say, oh yeah, I want that, and I want that, and I want that. I can keep Format Painter on for different areas that I want to change, and then I can go back to Format Painter and click on it to turn it back off. So double click on Format Painter keeps Format Painter on for you to be able to change the format over multiple areas in your document. Next thing I want to do also has to do with selecting things. In Format Painter I did some selecting. Quick little tip, if you're in a sentence and you want to highlight just that sentence, there, instead of having to click and drag across to highlight that sentence, if you hold the Control key down on your keyboard and then click in a sentence, it highlights the entire sentence. Nice little trick there. Next piece I want to show you is having to do with people missing maybe how Word used to behave. For example, the old format font dialog box, for instance. So up here on the ribbon, I have a lot of all the formatting options that have to do with font that you're used to seeing. But what you might not know in terms of the ribbon is that a number of the ribbon groups, like this font group here, have a little notch in the bottom right-hand corner. When I click on that notch, it brings up the old dialog box. For any folks that were more comfortable with that, or just like to see everything all in one place, you could go into that area and be able to find your format font dialog box, or any of the others. If I move into the paragraph group and give a click on that little notch, there you go. I got all of my paragraph options in the old traditional dialog box that you might not have seen before. One more piece I want to show you in this video has to do with the quick action toolbar in the top left-hand corner. There are a few items that are turned on by default, but some things that aren't, that you may want to have on. And if you notice, there's a little arrow at the end of that to customize the quick access toolbar, and by clicking on that, it first shows you some common commands, like for instance, Quick Print is one that I always turn on that's not turned on by default. I just want to click the printer like the old days and have something print. There. So there's some that you can add there, but then if you come here almost to the bottom to more commands, it's going to take you to a dialog box in your Word options that will show you and give you access to every command that Word does. It starts out in the group called Popular Commands, things that people commonly use. But when you go to the drop down, you can see you literally have access to everything that Word can do. But for instance, if I come here into popular commands, and let's say I do insert comment frequently, I can just click on that, click on add to move that over, and when I OK out of that, I now have insert comment up on my screen on the Quick Access Toolbar. So that's just a quick few things that hopefully will make life a little bit easier for you in Word. We'll be back with more Word things in future videos. Thanks a lot. If you have any questions about this video, or if you or your company is looking for training on Microsoft Office or e-learning or documentation, feel free to reach out and contact me at steve@steveleibowitz.com. Thanks for watching.